Welcome to Evening of Empowerment, the podcast for out-of-school time professionals, educators, and leaders who are passionate about growth, impact, and innovation in education. I'm your host, Richmond Brown, and the founder of Enrich by Richmond, where we're dedicated to inspiring leaders, elevating program quality, and creating enriching experiences for students and staff. Hello, and
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up.
what's going on, everyone? And welcome back. It's so wonderful to be back behind this microphone for another episode of Evenings of Empowerment. It's been a little while, and I want to say thank you so much for your patience, your grace, as the time has gone by. So I like to say Happy New Year's, Happy Black History Month, Happy Women's History Month, and it's a new month that we have right now. So it's so wonderful to be catching up with you all and just sharing another episode of Evenings of Empowerment. As I said, it's been a while, but through this episode, you'll truly learn and understand why it's been a while. So, like the young kids say,
let him cook! Let him cook now! Let him cook! I said, let him cook!
but before we jump into all those wonderful things, I just want to say I'm happy you decided to tune in. I don't take it for granted at all. It's an honor to truly be in your space. Thank you so much for this moment. And may this episode give you what you need and maybe a little bit more. So, if you're new to this wonderful third space, this podcast, this community of empowerment, where we uplift, where we challenge, where we transform the way we think about leadership, education, life, and my favorite subject, expanded learning and after-school programs. Because what happens after the school bell rings matters so much. I'm going to say it again. What happens after that bell rings really can transform the life of the students that are impacted by programs. So in that, let me ask you a real quick question. What does a powerful after-school space look like to you? When you're taking a moment to really sit back and think about what are the impacts you want to have in this powerful space, this safe space, this space where academics can truly be supported and where we can support and strengthening the learning that happened during the day in different ways, through hands-on learning, through experiential learning, through play-based learning. Is this place a good space for enrichment opportunities for students to explore and to create new ideas? And then think about it. Is this a place where young people feel seen? Do they feel heard and valued? We're surveying students that don't just get filed away to say it was done, to say, oh, we got the impact score, but truly implemented to keep them excited, to keep returning, and having them get their friends to join to convince their parents that they need to stay after school. After school programs aren't just an extra. It's not just babysitting. You will hear me always say that they are essential to the ecosystem of opportunities and a true wraparound support for schools and districts across the country, and most of all, to families in the communities. This is a space where parents can go to work in confidence and know that their child is surrounded by someone who is championing them beyond the school day, wanting the best for them, wanting to see them smile and greet them at the afternoon. We also have a reality in the after-school space where after 3 o'clock, there's still millions and millions of students wanting to have access to programs, and they can. According to the American After 3 p.m. report, there's about 22.6 million students, to be exact, that don't have access to those programs. Let that sit for a moment. 22.6 million young people who could be benefiting from mentorship, enrichment, a safe space, and new opportunities. They're currently outside looking in, wanting to get in there. Not because there isn't a need, not because there isn't a desire. It's because the capacity isn't there anymore. And so in that, when we really break it down, one of the biggest barriers and one of the greatest challenge, and it's been a challenge for a while, is having access to staffing. Programs can't run without people, and definitely people who care. Schools can't expand the expanded learning without the support. And so students can't benefit from these wonderful magic moments and opportunities because they can't access them due to the staffing. And so what we're seeing in the work that we're doing is, the staff shortages, the burnout, all of the postings online for positions because students want to get into programs and programs have wait lists. And then, the programs are sharing, we'll reach out to you in a few weeks or maybe a few months. And that's a real hard truth. The programs can't staff, and so then the programs aren't surviving the way that they need to. And not to say they aren't surviving, because they're surviving. But they aren't thriving the way we really know that they could. And I always think about what could be the solution? And I want to share with you, what if I told you we do not have to accept that as the norm any longer? What if we took a moment to reimagine what it means to partner in expanded learning and education? What if schools, the districts, the program providers no longer had to just do the hiring themselves and carry that burden alone? What if we took a moment to say, we can partner and truly have partnership and be part of really changing the narrative and the norm of not having staff? Again, if we take a moment to think about what it means to partner and collaborate and truly sit closer to one another so that we can fill the gap and ensure all students have access to programs with us standing together. And I say that to invite you to, again, the work that I've been doing that has been so impactful with Scoot Education, where we're not just a staffing agency, we are truly an educational partner. We are able to step in and ensure that that gap that happens when a staff member calls out, someone gets sick, a staff member just needs to take a day to study, needs a break. We are able to support and ensure that students do not feel it. And we're here to really be a support, a partner, in ensuring that expanded learning programs have someone to call on the same way the school day has someone to call on for when teachers need to take vacation or take a day off. We now have that with expanded learning, where with Scoot Education, we can fill your day-to-day absences so that your programs don't stop, so that students can continue to come and you stay in compliance. We are able to support you with long-term vacancies to ensure that you have that consistency and to ensure as you expand your programs out that you have the capacity and the staffing to do so and you're not doing it alone. And then also we are able to provide so many other resources to schools like paraeducators, substitute, ECE support for the early childhood friends out. And then also thinking about an inclusive space in your after-school programs. For students with high needs, we're able to provide that small group or one-to-one to ensure that all students have access to your programs beyond the bell. Lastly, we're able to bring enrichment opportunities to continue to enhance the program qualities that you have, offering additional offerings and opportunities for students to explore in your programs, while also being able to partner with you as a provider, or you as a district, or you as a small agency, to ensure that as you scale out, you can scale properly without sacrificing the quality. Because we want to ensure that all students have access to high quality programs. And in that, we want students to see what it looks like to collaborate for the future. And the future is them. And with that, with us coming together, with us having a goal to ensure that no school has any wait list, a goal to running powerful programs and having high impact. Again, I remember Cam Green sharing, if we sat just a little bit closer together and collaborated and partnered and worked together to ensure that students get what they need, that can really start shifting the narrative of the staffing challenges that come about, and again, programs not having the capacity, because now programs have access to a partner that can support them. And I want you to all know this is all rooted in not just business and partnership, it's rooted in purpose. I am truly committed to helping all after-school program providers and schools with supporting with any staffing needs, any challenges, being a true thought partner and a solution to ensuring that in these upcoming years, year after year, more students gain access to high quality expanded learning and after school programs. And to make sure that wait lists become a thing of the past. I'm going to say that one more time. Wait lists will become a thing of the past. And to continue to build a future where opportunities and exploration and experiential learning is not limited by capacity, where every single child, regardless of their zip code, has access to a space that inspires them. And through the power of a collaboration, through the work that we're doing with Scoot Education, Expanded Learning, through the partnerships with the school districts, the providers, the organizations across the country, we are actively working towards a future where that 22.6 million students who do not have access become 22.6 million students that have opportunities through access. So the question becomes, what role do you play in this? Because this isn't a one organization solution. This is a collective movement. If you're a district leader, let's partner. If you're a program provider, let's build together. If you're an organization looking to expand impact, let's figure out how we can collaborate. Because when we align, when we innovate, when we commit to solutions, when we do something like co-collaborate, we don't just fill positions, we change lives. So in that, I say I am also proud to announce that I am the Director of Expanded Learning and After School Staffing Solutions for Scoot Education, and also excited to share with you as a proud Boost ambassador that on April 28th through May 1st, feel free to join us in Palm Springs at the 2026 Boost Conference, where this year there will be over 200 learning opportunities, networking, special events, and live exhibit halls that you don't want to miss out on. Learn more and make sure, if you have not yet, register for this high-quality professional development opportunity in Palm Springs. Also, Scoot Education will be there with a wonderful cabana on April 30th. So look for one of our Scoot representatives and learn more or reach out. We would love to connect with you at our cabana and enjoy some time really discussing how we can continue to partner and collaborate and be that solution for you. Also, I will be in New Jersey at the NJSAC annual conference for after school and out of school time, April 17th through April 18th. Feel free to stop by our booth and check out our table to learn a lot more about all of the wonderful services we have within Scoot Education. And always ask me about anything after school. In that, I want to also give a final 2 shout-outs to the previous 2 conferences that I had the opportunity to attend with the Nevada After School Showcase. Thank you so much again for welcoming me into that space, along with the amazing, phenomenal Beyond School Hours conference that just took place in Orlando. It was a wonderful, wonderful time being able to connect with amazing after-school professionals, seeing old and new friends, and also when I tell you the live band, Chef's Kiss, it was a great, great, great time. I cannot wait until next year. And again, remember, if you need any supports with any staffing for your after-school programs, for your summer camp, for any of your breaks, remember Scoot Education as your solution. And again, I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Have a wonderful evening and stay empowered.